Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. Don't you hate it when people use and abuse you? Haven't you done enough to me? You just continuously keep plotting. There's one thing to have a visa, Trump, or a green card, and you are tip top immigrant, hardworking, do nothing corrupt. But now there are people out here that look good on paper, but is corrupt as a politician, as a weak politician. And I'm not naming anyone. I'm just saying a weak politician. I called the police today. Today I called the police and the FBI because I'm going to do the FBI thing right online. I never called the FBI and I never called Kirkland police. Trump, you know my address. Y'all know my address. So we're going to go ahead and contact the Kirkland Police Department. Y'all know my address. Come on now. I'm about to record everything. But before I do, let's get into what happened today. Today I was given a call in the middle of something. I'm pretty sure they knew what. So they gave me a call and said, I must go to the rent. He was an immigrant. I must go to the rental office first. But this is my first time here. I said, okay. So I hung up. I wasn't concerned. I'm like, okay, fine. Go to the rental office. 30 minutes go by. I come downstairs. I call Ziply Fiber. My stuff was always on my mind so much. I called Ziply Fiber and they intercepted my calls. And 5 minutes later, a technician comes with a big old toolbox for one measly 575 square feet room. So I was coerced. I don't want to say lured. Lured is when someone, it was lured slash coerced. It was demanding slash not demanding. It was acceptable and reasonable. And so I went. Before I went, one of the maintenance men come walking down the hallway. They look at each other very, very funny, both men. They start smirking as they're talking. And he keeps adamantly saying, I have not been here before. Where is the Ethernet box? I said, should I go upstairs to my room? Apartment. They said, come with us. That's how I know I was lured. And they opened the room, and one big 6'3", 250-pound man goes in the room while one 170 something pound, no, 190 to 80-pound man stands out in the hallway. They start saying they can't, well, he didn't say nothing. He just started being real nice to me. And the other man said, I can't find her number. Had I went in another dimension, had I went inside that room to help them, I would have been dead. So I guess this didn't work. I stood by the door with both my phones in my pocket, defenseless, without a knife. And I walked out the door with the two guys, the maintenance man and the immigrant. And they follow me. They tell me to go upstairs, and he has to go downstairs to get something from his car. He leaves the toolbox in my house, in the big box. And he stays away for 30 minutes almost. And something isn't clicking in my head. What are we waiting on? So I no longer see for a second the maintenance man. I sit up there and see the immigrant that comes. I got curious, so I went through his toolbox, and there was a bunch of walls, the things you put on walls. Those things you put on walls. And there was a drill. He asked me about a white box in my house because he's never been here before. He looked through my closet to see how crowded it was and take pictures, probably. He looked through my laundry to see if the white box was there. And ultimately, he ended up behind my bed. He drilled a hole, a tiny little hole that I can't even open now, with a butter knife. And it's the little tiny pen with this little lamp looking thing. I'll show y'all. I have no shame in my game. That makes no sense to me. And he lunged at me. I sat up there and grabbed a knife. When he started acting suspicious, I took pictures of what was in his stuff, and I think he wanted to kill me. So I grabbed a knife and I knew he wanted to kill me when he lunged at me. I moved my legs across the bed, and I'll show y'all. I went like this, just like this, right over it. He was right here. And I went over that direction, over that direction. And so I stood 3 feet away, 4, 5, 6 feet, social distancing. And I held the knife in my hand. He said, he gave me an IP address and told me to put my password in. First he said it would take long. Then he said it wouldn't. Then he gave me a fake IP address and told me to put in a username and passcode. That is not how Verizon do it. That is not how he was trying to keep coming towards me. And I showed him with the knife that, hey, look, stay away. And he was so calm. He was so calm. I'm telling him. And so he go downstairs. He said he's going. I said, look, let's do this shit over. You cannot touch my fucking computer. You cannot fucking come near me. Go get another box. FBI. Let's start over again. Clean slate. Just give me my box so I can get my internet. This took 3 hours, which he did absolutely nothing. I have no internet. I am using the internet from my computer. So I go downstairs. I know something is wrong. And I spoke with the manager, or not the manager, but a woman from Ukraine. And she and I had a discussion, just a regular discussion. And then I told her about Ziply Fiber. The first initial contact I had with her, I sat up there and I told her out of my mouth how I felt, which is she's a great person. And that they got my poster hung up. There was a witness, and I had a knife in my back pocket just in case somebody rushed me or hit me. So I told her how I felt in the nicest of words. And then I told her about Ziply Fiber. One man came out that was the same man that was upstairs. And he showed me his ID and said, well, the first thing he showed me, the man that was the immigrant, the black man, was his ID. And then he came out with his ID and said, well, this is the man with the ID that I gave the key to. He gave a key to him to help put my internet up, which, as I can prove, I have no internet. So the knife fell out of my pocket on camera. I don't know if somebody took it out of my pocket or it fell out, but it fell out. They picked it up. They handed it to me. I grabbed the bar from the tip and I proceed to go back upstairs where they both both two people that are working here, that are immigrants, came in and I said, thank you, thank God. And it just seemed so fucking odd. I was treated like the antagonizer. They treat me like a mental patient here. And so he hands me the box and he goes, okay, okay, and walks out. They walk out. They all walk out and then they knock on the door again. So I grab the knife again because something isn't right. And they say, can he have the box back? He has the equipment, but he needs an empty fucking box. I said, I don't have a box. And they proceeded to then say, okay, and leave. And I immediately locked the door. I waited. Then I went downstairs. I called the police immediately. I called the police immediately between the time he left the second time. No one called, or someone intercepted it where I didn't get the call. The missed call. I went back downstairs and I asked them. I said, can you please take a report for me? And the guy, which is an immigrant, said, the guy was really scared, Miss Cloud. I saw his car. He had his ID. Did I see his car? No. And so I said, so you're telling me you're taking his side over mine. Now, mind you, months ago, let's rewind. Every day, I met up with the immigrant from Ukraine and we part pathways. She would look at me so evil. She couldn't hide it. And I complained on her. And then a lot of immigrants started working there gradually. It was a white man and two white ladies. It went from a Hispanic woman to three immigrants. My face is up on that poster board every day. I don't know what's going on no more. It took me everything in my bones to write this. I don't want to know FBI. I don't want to know CIA. I don't want to know NSA what is going to happen for the future. I don't even want to know. But I have enough money just in case they decide to evict me. And I have some insurance. Yes, insurance for all three immigrants. Your word against my word. I called the police first. My life has been in danger. Like I said, I don't want to know what would have happened to me had I allowed him to get nice and comfortable around me. Did you remember what I said when I said that men like that from Africa, I asked him where he was from. He's like, Africa. Bite the fuck off your clitoris for power and fame with no hesitation. I want y'all to know the sick people that's out here. He probably would have took that drill and drilled the hole straight in my throat or my back. Disfigure my face, paralyze me, keep me on life support, and been ghost back in Africa by now. He wore scuffle shoes over his shoes. I said, what the fuck? I was talking shit the whole time. I don't care. I don't care no more because I know it was a setup. I said, what the fuck are you wearing those scuffle muffled things in my house for? My floor is not dirty. And I held the knife in my hand. I felt his negative energy. He couldn't hide it in him. He probably took a picture of me with the knife. I wanted him to. And what more factual evidence that I have? He told me, and he was coming towards me and told me to open up the Wi-Fi device through my phone. It wouldn't open. Had he been beside me, I would have been concentrating on that. Here's a man that's 6'3", 200 and some odd pounds, muscle and fat, like a bodybuilder. And you act like I'm supposed to sit up there and let someone like that get close to me after the shit I know they're capable of? It's a whole organization out there for individuals like me. I didn't see the truck. For all I know, he could have been paid off. For all I know, he could have sat up there and paid someone and pretended like he was that person. The first thing he did was show me his ID. And it was very fast. Here you go. And then the second thing was that they showed me the ID as I was saying something isn't right with him. It took all way too much to give him that key too early. You quickly said you wanted to give him the key. Now I fear for my life. When I move, they have to call here. I could care less about me being annoying. I never tried to kill you or turn you. I never tried to do anything behind your back other than what you said and did to me in the forefront. I always told the truth. If I get evicted, which they made it very clear they don't like me, I will just get another apartment Who would want this? This organization of immigrants that want to get back at me. Guess what else happened? After it happened and he left for the last time, someone from a 561 or 5 area code 5 something number said, President Trump, don't blow it. He wouldn't say that. I would have been dead by then. And it would have been smeared on Trump. So whoever it is or was wants to frame Trump. But it's okay. I won't say nothing else other than Gavin Newsom, Bob Ferguson, Mayor of Seattle. If anything happens to me, it's on you guys. If anything happens to me, it's on you guys to keep me safe. You downplayed me and my status as state senator in the 34th district with 13,000 votes. I should have had security. I should have Secret Service. Now they're saying they want to escort me upstairs like I'm some whore. I'm not a hoe. Don't you ever think that in your mind again without my permission. It's on you.